All right. Good morning, everybody. We're doing this in the morning on Wednesday. This is actually pretty nice. I'm usually always recording the episode after work, but doing it after I had breakfast is very chill. I'm feeling good. This is Thanksgiving week. In lieu of an interesting intro, I'm just going to say, hey, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please leave a like and comment. Hoagies and Pierogis is available on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for clips throughout the week. And we'll leave you with this.
Live from Central Pennsylvania with your host Ian DiCarlo, this is Hoagies and Pierogis.
The ski stash! The ski stash!
Welcome to the Big Ten.
Beecher's going drink, man. Let's go!
But yeah, this week is going to be super chill. I didn't really have a lot on the itinerary this weekend. I kind of just almost checked out pretty early on because Ohio State, Indiana did not exactly go the way that we thought it would. So let's get this out of the way. Let's go over the things that we knew would happen. Let's get into baseball first. Tarek Skubal and Chris Sale are your AL and NL Cy Young winners, respectively. Not really any surprises here. Like I said, the voters valued Sale getting to essentially the same numbers in 23 less innings than Zach Wheeler. So congratulations to Chris Sale. This is his first Cy Young. He never won the Cy Young in Boston. That's insane to me. And then also, no surprise here, the MVPs for each league were Ohtani and Judge, and both were unanimous. There was no question about it. The third MVP for Ohtani and the second for Judge. This is history. Ohtani can win so many more now that he proved what he can do by just focusing on batting. If he just decides to scrap pitching for the rest of his career, he can win an MVP solely off the strength of his bat. Congratulations to Ohtani, seriously. And then something else in baseball, also pertaining to video games, though, something that we might not have been expecting. Sets and seasons are gone from MLB The Show 25. Let's go. If there was anything that could get me back into the game, it's that. You had to do the grind 4 times in a single year of the video game. I only want to do the grind once. It's not worth it to get to 99s. And then at the end of May, you start right back at 85s, 86s again. It was so frustrating. And if you missed any time at all, you were way behind the 8 ball. You couldn't really catch up. Goodbye, sets and seasons. Much needed change. They actually listened to us. Bullying works. All right, that's it for baseball. So let's get into week 13 of college football here. And before the week even started, hey, Kirk, I get it. I'm really sad for your dog. I would be extremely heartbroken too. But get your dog out of the damn way when they're trying to kick a field goal. Come on. All right, this week I'm just going to go over these games in the order that they have on ESPN. Like I said, I did have a lot down in the itinerary. Penn State escapes with a win 26-25 against Minnesota. That was scary. They were 11.5 point favorites. So I don't know what the hell was going on there with Penn State. Minnesota has been a feisty team, though, so I'll give that to them. This one was the big disappointment. Ohio State beat Indiana 38-15. Did I expect Indiana to win? No, but I was expecting them to put up more of a fight than they did. It was going pretty well for Indiana there at the start, but then it just all fell apart. It may as well should have been 38-7 with Indiana's only touchdown coming on their opening drive. that garbage time touchdown, whatever. All right, Texas beat Kentucky 31-14, and that was actually awesome. My you guys know John. My buddy John was at this game for his brother's bachelor party. Should have a little video here of it. All right, Notre Dame beat Army 49-14. This might have been worse than Navy because Army wasn't fumbling the ball all over the place. What the hell was that? This was embarrassing. I don't know if Notre Dame's that good or if the service academies really just suck that bad. 49-14. Notre Dame, 14 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second, 14 points in the third, and 7 in the fourth. What the hell? Army couldn't do anything. This game was played in Yankee Stadium, so that was really cool. Another week, another game in a baseball stadium. They didn't have it like left and right from the third baseline to right field. They just had it straight down the field from home plate to center field. I really liked that. All right, this game, Oklahoma embarrasses Alabama 24-3. 24-3. Are you kidding me? What? Alabama's only points came in the first quarter. Completely shut out after that. Jalen Milroe throwing interceptions all over the place. 3 interceptions. Only 164 yards on 11 for 26 passing. That's embarrassing. The Oklahoma quarterback had all the rushing yards in this one. 131 yards. Okay, Miami pulled away from Wake Forest 42-14. But I swear to God, for the first 3 quarters, anytime Miami scores, their opponent scores right away. Their defense just completely gives up after the offense scores. Ole Miss loses to Florida 17-24. Good job, Ole Miss. I think Jackson Dart threw 3 interceptions on that last drive. I think I might have foreshadowed it a little bit. Florida did actually gain confidence from that Georgia game and then from embarrassing Brian Kelly. There's a lot of embarrassments that happened this week. Georgia played Massachusetts, and Georgia was only tied with them at 7 points after the first quarter. That's embarrassing. They ended up winning 59-21, though, so whatever. Tennessee beat UTEP 56-0. Boise State won 17-13. That was kind of a scare over Wyoming. SMU beat Virginia 33-7. In this game, BYU lost to Arizona State. And Arizona State was cruising until they weren't. They let BYU get all the way back into the game, and they were in the game until the last second when the fans stormed the field. The fans stormed the field with 1 second left, and they had to reset the field goal posts. They tore down the posts, so they had to bring them back up. There must be some a mechanism that just lets them fall down now, and they're not completely broken when you push them down. Arizona State came away with the win 28-23, and their head coach was livid after it was shown that there was 1 second on the clock. I mean, he should have just ran around back there. What are you doing just staying in the pocket and then waiting until you almost get sacked to throw it up in the air? Just run backwards. I kind of agree with the coach. There should have been 0.02 seconds left on the clock. Maybe. That in slow motion, that one stayed on there for a pretty goddamn long time. Oh, this one was a thriller. Auburn beat Texas A&M 43-41 in 4 overtimes. What? So Texas A&M, you had your chance. If you would have just won out, you would have been playing in the SEC championship game. But no, oh my God. You get to go and try to ruin Texas's hopes next weekend. But man, you could have had it. It was right there, right in your palm. But it took you 4 overtimes to lose to Auburn. Come on. Man, and I really hope Auburn beats Alabama next week. That would be awesome. All right, we get another upset here. Kansas beats Colorado 37-21. They busted their ass. Holy shit. Kansas is busting seasons left and right. Like I said last week, they were busting everyone's seasons, including their own. So they just continue that trend. And I'm pretty sure this keeps Colorado out of the Big 12 championship game as long as Iowa State wins out. Clemson beat Citadel 51-14. South Carolina beat Wofford 56-12. Iowa State did win 31-28. Yep, they keep their Big 12 title and college football playoff hopes alive. Missouri won 39-20. Illinois 38-31. So, yeah, that's it for the top 25. All right, let's check out these rankings since it's the next day. There's obviously no live show to go over. Colorado drops all the way to 25. Kansas State 24, Illinois 23, UNLV 22, Missouri 21, Texas A&M falls to 20, BYU 19, Iowa State 18, Tulane 17, Arizona State up to 16, South Carolina 15, Ole Miss 14, Alabama 13, Clemson 12, Boise State 11, Indiana 10, SMU 9, Tennessee 8, Georgia 7, Miami 6, Notre Dame 5, Penn State 4, Texas 3, Ohio State 2, Oregon 1. So top 5 there, no question. Pretty easy. With Indiana losing to Ohio State They're all the way down to 10. They're still slated to make it here, it looks like. Yeah. But let's just get into this bracket then. We got Arizona State projected to be the Big 12 champion against Ohio State. That slot is cursed to play Ohio State. Tennessee would be at Georgia. We already saw that game. Boring. Indiana would be at Penn State. I have confidence in that one for once. For once, I have confidence in Penn State winning their first round matchup. And then we got SMU would be playing Notre Dame. Winner of Arizona State, Ohio State would face off against Boise State. Winner of Tennessee, Georgia would play Oregon. I think that would probably be the best outcome for that. Winner of Indiana, Penn State would play Miami, and then winner of SMU, Notre Dame would play Texas. I do think Indiana or Penn State would beat Miami. Miami's just way too inconsistent, and that defense sucks. SMU, Notre Dame against... I think Notre Dame would beat Texas. Notre Dame has been playing super, super well. So this bracket, I don't know, this bracket's a little bit boring, I think, compared to previous weeks. It gives Penn State the best chance to win their first round matchup, honestly. Not too mad about that. Okay, let's get into week 14 here. Oregon State against Boise State. Oh, there's a lot of Friday games here. Boise State plays on Friday. Colorado plays on Friday. Ole Miss. But fuck Ole Miss, am I right? Georgia plays Georgia Tech on Friday. That would be nice to see Georgia Tech pull off the upset. And then Saturday, Penn State plays Maryland. What is usually the biggest game of the year, Ohio State and Michigan, is now like super devalued. And Ohio State's still talking up this game like, oh man, I don't get any sleep over this. If I don't beat Michigan, I will. Man, it sounded like Ryan Day beat his family after he lost to Michigan last year. That quote from him sounded extremely terrible. Tennessee plays Vanderbilt. There's a chance for an upset there. South Carolina plays Clemson. That'll be a really good game. Louisville, Kentucky, Kansas, Baylor. Ooh, West Virginia plays Texas Tech, and West Virginia is sitting at 6 wins right now. They need to beat Texas Tech to get that 6.5 that I placed the bet on at the start of the season. So I am putting all my eggs in the basket for West Virginia. Please, West Virginia, beat Texas Tech. I'm begging you. It's the one thing I ask. And then it doesn't look like there's any other crazy matchups here. Miami, Syracuse, California, SMU. Like I said, Auburn, Alabama might be the best one. Arizona State, Arizona. It's rivalry week, so yeah. Arkansas, Missouri. Washington, Oregon. Oh, Texas is playing Texas A&M. It looks like that's the only unranked matchup we got. Oh, and the other unranked is Kansas State against Iowa State. I guess this will determine who plays Arizona State in the Big 12 championship. If Iowa State wins, they're in. But if they lose, then that'll cause a little bit more confusion, and that'll have a chance for BYU to get back in or Colorado to get back in, I think. So, yeah, okay, I think that's it for college football this week. It should be, a fairly chill weekend. I say that, and things are just going to erupt in chaos. Okay, let's get into the NFL here. Before we get into any of the games, there is open mutiny going on in New York, and both with the Jets and the Giants, but more so with the Giants. They're talking about benching Aaron Rodgers in New York. But for the Giants, they actually did go ahead and bench Daniel Jones, and they actually made him third string, which doesn't make any sense. This team is in complete disarray, and you're going to put this all on Daniel Jones? He does not deserve that. I mean, he does suck, but you're not going to put this all on him after you completely fumbled the Saquon Barkley situation this offseason and now are just, again, in contention for a top 5 pick behind Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock. That's insane. I'm so glad Baker made fun of Tommy DeVito. Players were airing their frustrations, and even Daniel Jones came out and said, hey, I want to play. I don't know what the team is doing. So, I mean, they may as well have played them. It's not like they were in position for the playoffs or anything. And they actually did go ahead and release him on that Friday. So Daniel Jones did clear waivers and is now free to sign anywhere he wants. I think the Ravens and the Vikings are the top 2 contenders right now because he wants to sign with a an actual playoff contender. I don't know. All right, I literally just got finished going over how Daniel Jones would be a decent fit in the Ravens system, but he just signed with the Vikings. So congratulations, Daniel Jones and the Vikings. Another reclamation project for you. It's going well with you for Sam Darnold. Maybe you can do something with Daniel Jones. Oh, and then also Adam Schefter made it sound like Kraft died when announcing that he would not be inducted into the 2025 Hall of Fame class. Passed over? Phrase it differently. Something like Kraft will not be inducted in this year's Hall of Fame class. He was expected to be heavily favored to get in. What he said instead, he posted a picture of him like looking down at all black. Robert Kraft, the 6-time Super Bowl winning New England Patriots owner, considered a favorite for the 2025 class of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, has been passed over once again by the Hall's contributor committee. That absolutely was going in the direction of Robert Kraft has passed away. Schefter, you can't be doing that. Okay, let's get into the games here. First game of the week, the Thursday night game, Steelers-Browns, the first snow game of the year. And it was a really good snow game, too. It wasn't some flurries or anything. It was coming down hard, and it was sticking to the field. But, oh, come on. Get rid of the digital overlay. I don't want to know if they're out of bounds or not. It was also overlaid, like, on the players, so it was a little bit distracting. But this, oh, man, the Steelers couldn't do anything. But, I mean, Jameis Winston already can't see, so he was kind of at an advantage. Everyone else was kind of on the same playing field that he was. And the Steelers tried to run the ball on 3rd or 4th and short, I swear to God, 20 times, and they were stopped. All 20 times, did not gain a single yard. I don't know what they were doing. Instead of going for it for a field goal on 4th and 1, they decided to pass, and they actually converted it. Wow, who knew that would work? So, yeah, Steelers lose 24-19. Jameis Winston had a great gutsy run into the end zone to go ahead in the fourth quarter there on 4th down. The Dolphins completely routed the Patriots 34-15. This is another game where it may have well just been 34-0 because all 15 points were scored in garbage time. Tua, 29 for 40, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle had 8 receptions, 144 yards, and a touchdown. Gonzo had a fumble return TD. That's about the only positive of this game. I don't know. They released Michael Jordan, and now they have Cotton instead. I don't know. I think I am officially on the let's just fucking tank the rest of the season because we do have the Colts up next, and I would like them to win that game. And then it's finally the bye week in week 14. And then they got the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Bills twice. How's that going to go? Oh, in that second quarter, the Patriots had -9 yards and allowed 24 points. Wow. That's officially why I'm on the tank train. The Vikings beat the Bears in overtime 30-27. The Lions beat the Colts 24-6. Buccaneers demolished the Giants 30-7. I really think that team was just not trying at all. Cowboys, Commanders. Holy shit. Oh my God. This game ended 34-26. Coming into the fourth quarter, it was 10-9. Yeah, it was 10-9 coming into the fourth quarter, ended 34-26. The Cowboys scored 24 points. The Commanders scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. What the hell is going on there? Jaden Daniels almost got another Hail Mary, and it wasn't really a Hail Mary because it was just a crazy good pass to Terry McLaurin, and Terry McLaurin had all that yak. And then they shanked the extra point. Oh my God. They shanked the extra point, and the game was not tied. The game would have been tied at 27. It was then 27-26. And then on the onside kick, the Cowboys, instead of just downing it, advanced the ball all the way to the end zone and scored a touchdown to go up 34-26. Oh my God, that would have been so bad for the Cowboys, but so amazing for the Commanders. A huge swing in emotions. Wow, that was an insane finish, an insane fourth quarter. I mean, just alone that fourth quarter, I don't know what the over-under was, but if it was 40.5, There were 41 points scored in the fourth quarter. It would have hit the over alone if it were 40.5. All right, Chiefs-Panthers. This was a really good game for the Panthers. I don't know. Are the Panthers getting better, or do the Chiefs really just suck that bad? The Chiefs won 30-27, but it took them a last-second field goal to do that. It looked like the Panthers were going to send the game into overtime, but, Mahomes magic, of course. The Titans upset the Texans 32-27. That was horrible. The Texans couldn't do anything. And Will Levis put on a show. He was 18 for 24, 278, 2 TDs. And Tony Pollard actually had a great game, too. 24 carries, 119 yards, and a touchdown rushing. But, yeah, I don't know what the Texans are doing. That was horrible. All right, Broncos beat the Raiders 29-19. Did exactly what they needed to do to stay in that playoff picture. And Bo Nix actually set the Broncos rookie touchdown record. Packers crushed the 49ers 38-10. The 49ers suck this year. Seahawks beat the Cardinals 16-6. But Trey McBride had 12 catches for 133 yards. And he was a huge part of why I came back to win in fantasy this week. I actually left Jalen Coker in my lineup because I decided to not check fantasy football at all from Friday until Sunday at 1:04, right after the game started. And I was like, oh, shit, you have to be kidding me. I would have put Thielen in, and I would have still been down going into the Monday night game, but it would have been a lot less stressful. But before we get into that, the Eagles beat the Rams 37-20. Saquon Barkley is now your front runner for MVP. He has to be after Lamar has been shit in the bed the past couple of weeks. Barkley, 255 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. In our league, he got 51.2 fantasy points. I think you get a 5-point bonus for a 200-yard rushing game. 255 yards rushing. And thank you because you took the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands. I love you for that. But I was facing off against my buddy. He had Jalen Hurts and Jake Elliott. I had the Eagles defense. Eagles defense came through at 13 points. But I was down by 18 going into the Monday night game. Guess who I had? That's right, Lamar Jackson. Let's go. Oh, if Lamar didn't have that rushing touchdown and that would have been a handoff to Derrick Henry instead, I would have lost. I would have lost by 0.3 points, I believe. I am so happy that he made it into the end zone on that play. Holy shit. Oh, man. Ravens, you were really worrying me there in the first quarter. I think Lamar had 2 points after the first quarter, and I needed 16 more. And I was like, oh, no, the Chargers defense is going to have one of those nights where they just go off. They ended up giving 14 points up to the Ravens in the second quarter. They went into halftime down 13-14. That touchdown pass to Bateman was awesome. All that shit talk that I've been doing about Bateman, I don't know if I apologize for all of it because he really has been shit in the bed, and I'm not exaggerating about that. I'm so glad he caught that 40-yard bomb from Lamar. Let's go. So I won by 6 because I needed 18. He got 24. Won by 6. Thank you, Lamar. All right, and this week is Thanksgiving, so what do we got on Thanksgiving? We got the Bears at the Lions. Might be a little bit better of a game. Caleb Williams has been turning it up. But, yeah, the Lions are 10-point favorites right now. So, great. We get to watch the Giants suck against the Cowboys. That's going to be awesome. I hope Rico Dowdle goes off. Please go off. I'm keeping you in the lineup. And then we also got the Dolphins and the Packers to end the night. This might be a good game. The Dolphins only suck so bad because Tua was out for so long. And they've been looking pretty decent against the Raiders, against the Patriots. They lost against the Cardinals, but they just barely lost when Tua was back. So I do think they can put up a fight against the Packers, at least a better one than the 49ers. And then on Friday, I guess it's on Prime Video too, but it's the Netflix game, the Raiders at the Chiefs. Come on, Jacoby Myers. I need you. I need you in fantasy. Let's go. Colts at Patriots. Again, Ramondre Stevenson. Please, do not shit the bed. You only scored 3 points this week. I know the Patriots got behind early and they had to pass the ball off, but he was not involved in the passing game at all, and that worries me. Chargers, Falcons, Steelers, Bengals will be a good game. Cardinals, Vikings, Jets, Seahawks. Titans, Commanders, Texans, Jags, Rams, Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Eagles, Ravens, 49ers, Bills, Browns, Broncos. There are actually no buys this week. I'm shocked. Why push the bye all the way to week 14 then? Why not have it this week? Just put more games on Thursday. And I know that's why there probably aren't any buys this week, because they want to have just as many games on Sunday as usual. But come on. Week 14 for a bye week is insane. Or an 18-week schedule. But yeah, okay. I think that's it, unless there's anything else I want to go over on Twitter here. Oh, the Dodgers signed Blake Snell. 5 years, $181 million or something crazy like that. If this Dodgers team doesn't win 100 games next year and someone says, looks like there are no super teams this year, I'm going to fucking strangle them. The Dodgers are a super team. Shut the fuck up. I don't care how many wins they get in the regular season. It doesn't matter. They have all of the star players. They're a super team. Hands down. Oh, new Kendrick Lamar album came out. It's meh. It's not the Kendrick Lamar that we all kind of, fell in love with at the start. But it's kind of like, I don't know. It hasn't been the same since his fucking beef with Drake. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Fucking turkey squabbles. Squabble, squabble, squabble. Fucking Thanksgiving time. Good time for that to release, I guess. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Don't drive anywhere and drink. All right, everybody. Make sure to leave a like and comment on each video. Hoagies and Pierogis is available wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, etc. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for clips throughout the week, and we'll leave you with this. Munch.
Live from Central Pennsylvania with your host Ian DiCarlo, this is Hoagies and Pierogis.
The Ski Stash! The Ski Stash!
Welcome to the Big Ten.
Beijers go drink, mate. Let's go!